So when the student does begin the screenplay, how should they start?
How should they start? Um, I, I could tell you how I start because I don't. They'll have their own approaches. If they're beginning a screenplay, if they have a treatment already, then obviously they should just pour it on the page. What are they seeing? Hallucinate. What is it? And don't set aside the critical element. Is it this or is it accomplishing? Is it this tool or that? And forget all that. Just pour it on the page and follow this and hallucinate what is happening and write down, imagine it and write down what it is. That's how they begin. When I'm writing a draft of a script, I don't format it in any way. It's just the dialogue, just a long list of the dialogue. And just so that it'll keep flowing and it's just a lot. The key is to make it feel like it's fully alive. And people don't live with properly formatted dialogue. Things flow. And so when they're just starting out, just pour it on the page, hallucinate, try to have fun with it, be excited about it. To me, music makes all the difference. Come up with the right score that gets you excited. And when I say hallucinate, imagine it. Imagine what the audience is going to experience. Have the fun that they're going to have with it. There's this idea of imagination in a screenplay. In order to do screenwriting, you got to have imagination. But most people think that means the imagination involved in coming up with an interesting character, an interesting story. That's true, but that's only part of it. There's really three parts, I think, that imagination comes into play. The second part is coming up with imaginative solutions to story problems. Because you'll run into those. You'll come in, you'll write your draft, and then somebody will say, well, it doesn't work from page 30 on because of that. And you don't want to throw out 90 pages. So you say, well, why isn't it working? Oh, I bet we can solve it this way. We go this way. And then that'll take care of that problem. And sometimes it can be something very simple. But being imaginative about solving these problems. Then the third part is being able to constantly imagine that you are the audience that hasn't seen it before, that you're watching it for the first time and keeping track of that. What are we seeing? What are my expectations? What am I afraid of? That part of it. And that's fun. You're inspired to make movies because you are thrilled by movies. So let that thrill happen while you're writing it. This is exciting what you're doing. So.
Should a writer be more dialed in to what the audience is thinking or what that character, what if I'm so in the mindset of the character that I'm writing about, the protagonist? How am I able to remove myself and imagine the audience?
Well, if you can get so into the character that you lose track of what's going on, that's great. And you can always fix it in the rewrite. That's what rewrites are for. You've got a character who's fully alive and immersed and doing things, and then you give it to someone or you reread it and something is either confusing or it's lost its thread or this or that, then you can always go back and construct it in an interesting way. But getting the characters to come fully alive is a great accomplishment that will help you. This phenomena that writers do talk about, and I've seen it even again in 19th century writings about theater, this experience that the character, I didn't really write that, the character wrote it. The character's really alive and they did that. And I've had that experience, and other writers, when it's good, that's what it feels like. I'm just the witness who writes down what they're saying. I don't know where it came from. And it comes from somewhere inside. But so at some point, that's more the critical side, but still it's fun to imagine you're the audience and wondering and being involved in experiencing this and watching that character do these things and wondering how they're going to deal with the next crisis, whatever it might be.